Hey guys, it's me, Coopster123, and welcome back to another R.E.P.O tips and tricks video. In this video, I will be talking about ways to be successful in the early game. My last video discussed more broad topics about the entirety of the game, but I'd like to get more in depth with early game strategies and plays, as well as discussing ways to kill certain enemies without upgrades or weapons. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe, as I am loving R.E.P.O and plan to make more content on it as well as stream it. Now enjoy the video. Always try to full clear a map. It is still early enough in the run, so if you die, you can just reset. You need as much money after the first day as possible to focus on upgrades. Make sure to clear all of your dead ends near the spawn and get all of the loot inside the cabinets and the drawers. Learn how enemies spawn. All you need to know for the basics is that enemies are categorized by 3 levels, and the higher the level, the more dangerous an enemy. Early in your runs, you will mainly be getting level 1s and 2s with a few 3s, so try to kill some of the weaker enemies for more money. Like I did in the last video, I will be linking a video by Call Me Bread in the description that goes further into detail on monster spawning. It's extremely useful and I would highly suggest checking it out. Save your closer extracts for last, because once you clear your final extract, all of the dead and alive enemies will first respawn, then path to the ship and towards you, making it extremely hard to leave. If you leave the closest extraction for last, you can have a quick getaway before anything can get to you. Move quickly. I know in my last video I said to move slowly, but I don't mean move quickly as in sprint everywhere. I mean don't waste time looking around rooms if you know there's nothing in there. You want to quickly move around the rooms because all of the enemies spawn on the opposite side of the map. So, if you move quickly, you can clear out a large part of the map, especially early game where the maps are really small, before you even run into anything. Now let's get on to some tips and tricks for when you're in the shop. Focus on getting strength and stamina upgrades for the first few days unless one of these items are in the shop. If you can buy them, get them. These items include the feather drone, indestructible drone, and the trank gun. If you are trying to reach high day counts, avoid buying anything else except crystals when needed, especially because the melee weapons aren't that good. I wouldn't waste any money on the melee weapons. Here are some ways to kill specific monsters. First of all, I'd like to tell you that the clown toy is the best item in the game because you can kill every single monster with it, some being harder to kill than others. All you have to do is hit its nose 3 times, it'll start a countdown and then explode. But if you don't have the clown toy, here are some of those ways to kill monsters. First, the hunter. Use stairs. Because he's blind, every single time he walks down a set of stairs, he trips and falls, you can go down, pick him up, and slam him into the ground over and over again. Repeat this process multiple times and you can get an easy kill. You can also throw objects at him. You can also use the flamethrower on him. It's a little bit harder to do, but he's one of the only enemies that you can reliably use the flamethrower on because he can't see. So you can drop the flamethrower next to him and hope that it falls towards him as it's shooting out fire. Again, you don't want to be holding on the flamethrower when you make sound, he will kill you. Next, we have the Shadow Child. Always kill the Shadow Child. It is the easiest form of money in this game. It can't hurt you once you knock it over or even if you run into it, so back up close to it and turn around with an object in your hand. I prefer the globe. The globe is one of the best objects to use to kill enemies. Turn around and hit the Shadow Child. You'll knock it over and then you can sit there and bash it while it's on the ground until it's dead. If you wait too long between the bashes, it'll teleport away, so you need to be kind of quick with this one. Next is the clown. You always want to bait out his laser first before you try to approach him and kill him. Once he lasers, he'll try to rush you and kick you. But if you can bait out the laser and then hit him with an object, back up and avoid the kick, you can just repeat that process over and over again until he's dead. Here are the monsters you should avoid until the mid to late game once you start getting better items. The Headman, Trudge, Robe, Bowtie, and the Peeper. I only put the Peeper on here because there's really no reason to kill him. I don't even know if you can. I've never killed him. I just get him to look at you, go back in the room, and he'll disappear. These monsters are really hard to kill unless you have a really high amount of strength or you have a trank gun or a shotgun or some sort of item you can use to kill them. In the early game, you just want to avoid them. It's too dangerous, it's too risky. I'd put the Harvester on this list, but you can kill the Harvester with the same tactics on other monsters. Use an object and throw the object at the Harvester, but if the Harvester is walking towards you, She'll see you and start swinging, and then once she's swinging, it is almost impossible to hit her. So if she's walking away from you, throw some objects at her and you might be able to take her down. Every monster that I haven't specifically talked about or isn't on the avoid list can be killed using small and medium objects. Just walk towards them and scroll wheel out to smack objects into them. Once they are knocked down on the ground, just beat them up. I'll put all of the monsters that can be killed using this tactic on the screen right now. That's it for the tips and tricks today. Thank you all so much for watching, and again, if you liked it, please like the video and subscribe. As well as that, I will be streaming some high day runs soon, so go check out my Twitch at Coopstorm23. Also, I have a Discord, and it'll be linked in the description of this video. Finally, if you have any ideas for R.E.P.O, whether they be challenges or questions that you may have, put them in the comments below and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as possible. Thank you all so much for watching.